All right, everyone, we are here with War 8 against Noxious Smoke. Today I'll be taking in Apocalypse, Nebula, and Cable. I will have Path 7 in Section 1 and Path 3 in Section 2, and a couple shared fights through the whole thing. Yeah. So this first node here, Conflictor with Power Reserve, Dragonman, we're going to use Nebula. This fight can be tricky only because if Dragonman decides to not throw a special attack before Special 3, then we have to deal with Special 3. That is why we are going to Invulnerability Boost here. If I do have enough charges with Nebula, then the Special 3 will not come out with an unblockable and unstoppable Dragonman. It'll just be, and no extra power gain, it'll just be me taking the invulnerability hit. But the plan here is to actually build charges 5 or more and try and bait out a Special 1 or Special 2. In the very beginning, we're hoping to re-parry. However, the AI after that first shrugged parry or stun from Conflictor does actually like to throw a heavy, so there goes that opportunity. So now game plan is to bait out a Special 1 or a Special 2. What it will in fact do is remove the power gain but not give Dragonman any of the benefits like the Ineptitude or the Fury. And you see there I had an accidental parry trying to bait out, but luckily he throws this Special 2 here. So now I just have to make sure I have more than 5 charges or 5 charges, and the power gain will go bye-bye. So now it's just a very basic Dragonman throwing special attacks fight. I can place the shock debuffs if I want to, so we could, through this fight, build the 20 parry and then let those shocks tick away at him, and then we just build up another set. But I cannot double them with the Special 2. That'll cause all the shocks to go bye-bye with Conflictor. The plan I actually decided to go with here, just because of power reserve and the constant baiting of special attacks, is to hold on to my 20 charges and push myself to Special 3. And then while I have Dragonman at below a single bar of power, I'm going to throw that Special 3, and we're just going to let the shocks from that take away at him. This way we never have to worry about Mystic Dispersion, which could always come into play when I transfer the shocks and then throw a combo. So this would be the safer play, not the fastest, but the safer play. So here we're just throwing on some shocks, hitting into his block does it, him hitting into our block does it. So pretty straightforward once we've got Dragonman without any power gain, without any Mystic Dispersion from either the global version of it or the Mystic version of it. And down he goes. So straightforward fight. We did have half recoil on the bleed, so we're going to take this with Apocalypse and get that bleed immunity. Not that we need it actually for anything later. What we really only need this fight for Apocalypse is for him to get his 4 charges so he can make Cable Horseman later. But this will be Apocalypse's only fight. So game plan, PS1, Mystic boosts. We are going to push Kingpin to Special 1 constantly and try and bait it out. And of course, first Special 1 here, he's pretty stubborn. Finally gets it out when we're about to get hit with Brute Force. It's fine. Next one, he throws immediately. Still pushing him to Special 1 as we get to our Special 2. Bait out this last one before dropping our Special 2. Maybe this was the one that took a bit, yeah. So we got Brute Force on us. I'm just going to go ahead and keep trying to bait this special attack out, since this, as I said, is Apocalypse's only fight, so I'm not worried about healing up afterwards. Bait out this Special 1. We're going to push him to another one as we build to our Special 2 right here. And then here we are going to combo into our Special 2. Only a couple hits, so we don't accidentally push him too far if he survives this, but down he goes. So pretty easy Apocalypse fight. We move on from there. We're taking Nebula to EMP Apocalypse. We're going to use the same game plan we always use, where we get a Dex in to get the buff. We parry, and then we combo. And of course you could intercept, or you could do whatever you'd actually like to do. Just don't block beta heavy. But the point is to get the dexterity buff for the EMP charge, and then removing it by hitting Apocalypse gives the second charge. And before every special 1 attack from Apocalypse, you should have set up 4 charges of EMP on him. That way when he throws his special 1, you get 20 charges on Nebula, and that's where the next parry comes into play to place those 20 shocks and just let him melt away. So there we are, a dex, a parry. That's 2 full combos, bait out the special 1, keep it to where we only get hit twice in our block. There's the dex, now we parry, transfer the shocks, combo. And here, did not need to push him to special 1, and we end up blocking more than 2 of the beams there. So now we have to adjust, miss the block there, bye-bye invulnerability boost. However, we are going to parry here to push him to 10, trigger that unblockable, and now we're back into the game plan that we had set up at the start. Bait out the special 1, we triggered dex during it, which is perfect. Parry combo, melt, 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 melt. And that set of shocks will do it. So another cheesed Nebula fight without throwing a single special attack. And then Nebula's last fight here, Omega Sentinel was kind of concerned that auto block would be easier to trigger here. So I was not going to risk transferring shocks and then throwing the special 2 if it looked like she had an opportunity to get 5 armor ups. But I instead ignored that and decided to push myself to special 3 the same way we did Dragonman, so that we could just keep these max 20 charges, and that's 400% ability accuracy reduction against the robot, since each charge is 20%. So even though this node has increased chance to auto block, we are definitely dampening that far into the negative, or to 0 if negative is not possible. Bye-bye invulnerability boost when we're trying to just bait this special attack and not get cornered. Accidental parry there, so now I'm going to try and build charges back up while I'm against the wall. Now that we have enough, or close to enough, I combo to make some room, and she thankfully throws special 2. I'm still going to wait for a heavy here, and then make room off of that. Now I'm gonna try and get her to throw this special 2 before I throw my special 3. And now we're gonna go ahead and drop it. So this will just help add some damage by shocking her constantly through the fight. And you can see here, she's pretty much gone. And like I said, I'm not gonna transfer these shocks just in case we get auto blocked. So just playing it safe, especially since that invulnerability boost went bye-bye. So that was the end of Nebula's War. Silver Surfer here, we're going to make Cable a Horseman. So we did that off screen, or off video. Very simple game plan here. I'm going to parry heavy until about 1 bar of power for both of us. And then I'm intentionally going to trigger dexterity, or I'm going to make sure that my buffs, the regen or the power gain, triggered during my special 1, or during my first bar of power, so that I know the global has been activated. So here we won't have to remove the buff because Buffet is going to do that for us. So didn't dex that, but I dex that. There's Mystic Dispersion, we're waiting it out. Now back into parry heavy, and all we're doing is paying attention to that long timer right there, making sure that we don't have to worry about Mystic Dispersion a second time during this fight. He's gonna throw that. Just gonna wait for him to come in, and we will finish him there. So that was the end of my war. Super easy, super straightforward. Everyone got a fight. Our BG actually ended up getting a donut, so perfect war for us. And then as an alliance, we actually won this war 14-2. So we've dropped our death count significantly and into a more competitive range if we have any hope of getting close to top 3. I don't think we can. It just depends on how the cards fall for the alliances already there. But we'll just keep doing our thing for the last 4 wars and keep our deaths around this 2 mark. So Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, like, follow, and share, and I will catch you guys at the next one.